Hi everyone, it's September the 6th and this is Dawn. I think we have a really good video presentation for you today, and we're basically talking about Jerome Powell's plan to reduce inflation. And there's a lot of pushback on his plan. Got some great clips for you, so let's get on with it.
It's an annual gathering in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, of central bankers and financial poobahs from around the world. Jerome Powell delivered tough remarks about inflation. The Fed, he resoundingly declared, will raise interest rates until inflation comes down to 2%. It's more than 3 times that level today. Now here's the kicker. Achieving this goal means weakening the economy for a sustained period of time. He warned, quote, "While higher interest rates, slower growth, and softer labor conditions will bring down inflation, they'll also bring some pain to households and businesses," end quote. No kidding. There in a nutshell is the big flaw in current economic thinking, that inflation can only be cured by depressing the economy and making people poorer. It is dangerous nonsense. Inflation is not caused by people buying too much stuff or earning too much money, as Powell and his fellow travelers fear. Inflation is brought on by devaluing the dollar, that is, making it worth less, by creating too many dollars. Fixing inflation means making the dollar or any other currency stable in value. We once did that with the gold standard, which we gratuitously destroyed in the early 1970s.
A slowdown in the economy happening next year. This is not a 10% global financial crisis or 14% pandemic type of labor market collapse. Again, this is more of a cooling.
Anthony, is it just time to stop talking about recession? We had a strong jobs report for July. August looking pretty good, ahead of consensus, even considering, go back to the revisions we've been talking about all morning long. This is not a recessionary economy.
Brian, I agree. This is not a recessionary environment at the moment. But remember, the Federal Reserve is going to continue to raise rates.
The simple fact is that the Fed wants the unemployment rate to go higher. And so that means even if today's not the day, at some point in the months ahead, we're going to get a negative employment report. And Chair Powell was very clear in Jackson Hole that he has both the will and the means to get inflation down. And to do that, he's going to break the labor market. And I think that's just the simplest way to think about things going forward.
You need the economy to hold up pretty well. I know this sounds so perverse. Not well enough, right? You need it to hold up so that you have a cushion for what the Fed's doing, so it makes the soft landing idea more plausible.
Yeah, so listen, there's plenty of people on the network talking about the only way out of this is a recession. That's not true. There's people on the network saying the Fed needs to cause a recession. That's not true. There is a plausible way out of this. I don't think it's the likely outcome that we've been discussing for quite some time now, but there is a plausible way out of this where the economy glides, so to speak, down and inflation comes down thanks to supply chain pressures easing and the like. Again, I just don't think that's the likely outcome. But the point I would make about Goldilocks, which has been the type of thing that we've discussed all day, or the network has discussed all day, one report does not a Goldilocks make. This is a process, and as I was speaking to your producers about, you have to think about the U.S.
Now, what is a Goldilocks economy? From a business and a market perspective, it provides the ideal conditions for profitability and growth. And a Goldilocks economy describes periods of stable economic growth, and during such times the growth is gradual enough that inflation remains low and the Federal Reserve doesn't feel the need to raise interest rates, or if it does so incrementally.
They have to put you through pain to save you from a lot of pain. That's what they're saying. Now, maybe this Federal Reserve Bank should quit giving money to Congress for all of their pet projects and then allowing them to send it off to every country and not benefit our own people. So, they've been really fiscally irresponsible with just allowing Congress Republican and Democrat controlled, to just spend willy-nilly however they want. It always comes back on the shoulders of the American taxpayer. And this is exactly what we're going through right now.